Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying with Jim Misiura. Today we're going to tie a Hemingway BeadHead rubber leg. The hook that I have in the vise is the Hemingway's nymph hook barbless HC114 size 12. Very sharp hooks, very nice. I have a 3mm gold bead on there, and this particular bead isn't tungsten, so I'm going to take some 15 thousandths lead-free wire. I'm going to put that on there. Yeah, just put about 12 wraps on there. And since this is lead-free wire, it doesn't break easily. I'm going to use the nail clippers to trim that. No damage to the nail clippers. I'm going to use Hemingway's dark brown thread. And this is going to be a pheasant tail also. Start that thread behind the lead wraps and push it into the bead. I'm going to take my Hemingway Mayfly nymph rubber legs, and there you see one there, and here it is here, and you have a wing bud on there also. You got a large tab, and you're going to hold that large tab. I'm going to put that end of that wing bud right to the bead because I want it right up to it. We're going to tie that in. I was holding it a little bit towards my side, so when I tighten it, it's going to end up on top. We're going to tie that down, and it nicely covers over the lead wraps. And we're going to bring our thread back to the rear. And you bring that to where the barb would be had there been a barb on here. Now, first thing we're going to put on, I'm going to use this 0.1mm tying wire. And it's going to be our rib. Oh, it rolled on me. Let me get that. There we go. We'll secure that. Now for the pheasant tail, I'm going to use the Lady Amherst pheasant tail. And these are natural. This is a natural color. They do come in dyed colors. And I like this because it kind of gives you a segmented body. We're going to make that tail about half the length of the hook shank. Going to wrap it back, and that actually locks in that material. We're going to come up to the lead wraps. I'm going to put my hackle pliers on there. We're going to give this a couple of turns. So I'm going to go counterclockwise on it, because when you wrap, you actually are turning the materials. And you can see we're kind of getting a segmented body with that Amherst feather, that molted feather. We're going to come up to, and I'm going to give it one more right there on the lead wraps. Tie that down. And turn it a little bit sideways. I'm going to take my scissors, and these scissors are from Frosty Flies. Very sharp hook very sharp scissors, as long as you get all of the material inside the scissors. Now I'm going to take my black wire and I'm going to counter wrap this. And you're barely going to see this wire, but the whole purpose is to reinforce the body. I'm going to come up and I'm going to hold that on the bottom and secure this. And then you can just break that off because it is 0.1 millimeter. Now for the thorax, I'm going to use Peacock Herl. And I'm going to trim just a little bit of that off the tips, those fragile tips. And we're going to tie this in. And here is a way to reinforce that Peacock Herl. If you go ahead and wrap it around your thread, this will help to reinforce that Peacock Herl. And now, since I have it wrapped around the thread, I'm going to rotate my vise. At least until I get a shorter thread. Yeah, continue wrapping it around. And I'm going to bring that thread and my Peacock Herl right to about a third. Now that's going to be secured. I'm going to go ahead and give it a wrap anyway. Just a couple of wraps. That thread isn't going to show. Remove that. Now I'm going to fold over my wing bud and legs, and I'm going to put 2 wraps behind the second and third legs. It's a little hard because of the angle. There we go. And then we're going to put 2 wraps behind the first and second legs. And you can obviously you get different colors, and then we're going to bring it up. You get different colors of these wing buds, but you can also put a wing case on there and fold a wing case over, and that will take care of that different color. But I'm going to use markers on it. I'm going to take my whip finish and whip finish that. Trim away the thread. Now I'm going to take my markers. I'm going to start with a tan marker, and this is the artist marker, actually. I believe we're going to color that with the tan. And this is kind of going to give it kind of almost a little bit of a reddish color. We're going to color that up good. But you can see it's still a little bit of an odd color, so I'm going to take my black marker and I'm just going to dry that a little bit. I'll put a couple little specks of black on the wing bud, and then I'm just going to kind of touch the legs itself. Just to get a little bit of molted color on the legs. You kind of hit them from the bottom a little bit. And here we have a BeadHead Hemingway rubber leg in the pheasant tail. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. And if you'd like to purchase any of the flies that I make, go to etsy.com/shop/theflymanjim. If you don't see it on there, just send me a message and we'll get something figured out. Thank you very much for watching my videos.